Highbridge.
In Highbridge, we have boundaries. We have the river. You have the Cross Bronx Expressway. You have Jerome Avenue. You have 161st Street.
We are up on the hill, so we can look out and we can see the rest of the Bronx. We can see Harlem and Manhattan. It is a great place to live. The sun always shines here in Highbridge.
A bridge.
Walk over the bridge into Manhattan was a Sunday afternoon stroll for many tourists that came from far and wide.
The Highbridge was the first bridge also built in New York City. It was completed in 1848, so it connects the Bronx and Manhattan. Right now it's special because it's a pedestrian bridge. Rarely do you see pedestrian bridges in New York City, and especially ones that you could just walk into a park and come out in another park in another borough.
There was a battle just to make sure that the Highbridge wasn't destroyed.
A community.
I would say it's the diversity of the neighborhood.
I don't see no change. They ain't never see them do anything. They did anything like Kane, they ain't doing anything now. So I ain't really see no changes.
What is the most important development in Highbridge history?
The most important, bringing back people in the community, making families come back into the community.
In the early 1980s. Gosh, it started way back in the 1960s and 70s when there was just vast deterioration, including this one, the Highbridge section of the Bronx. We have a common vision of a safe, and I like to say, beautiful neighborhood.
An aqueduct.
They shared here in Highbridge. They shared the same problems that they had in New York City prior to the aqueduct.
Without this aqueduct that has given our neighborhood the name, the Highbridge, New York City never would have grown past 14th Street. That aqueduct was built here through our neighborhoods by people who later came to settle in the neighborhood.
Divided.
There were Irish families, Italian families, Jewish families here. People who lived here did not want us in this neighborhood and tell us to go back where we came from.
I was one of the first African-American families that moved into 990 Anderson Avenue. I didn't feel any racism. I didn't encounter any racism.
The flyers went out and it said that we would like to move in this new development, which Co-op City. We had an exodus of people that moved out of Highbridge.
The complex was built about the same time that we started to have desegregation in the schools. The Bronx went to pieces and everything changed.
To our past.
The Polo Grounds or Highbridge Shuttle.
We had a train that ran right under here on 162, that was the only underground part of the L train.
There are a lot of people who live here in Highbridge who have no idea of the asset that they have.
We had hardware stores, we had bakeries, we had a 5 and 10 cent store right here next to it. We had a shoemaker, we had a butcher. Everything you needed was right here in this neighborhood.
We had a movie theater that was the Earl, which was right on 161st Street. As the neighborhood changed, the post office left, the bank left, the hospital was closed. As the neighborhood changed, all that changed as well.
The buildings of the buildings, it was a disaster. They burned because they figured somebody, if we don't have no place to stay, they'll come and fix our house up. We had a lot of abandoned buildings because the landlords didn't want to take care of them.
Between generations.